2/3 of the Cool Boys podcast know where their assholes are right now. Live from Cool Boys Central.
You can be the boss down there. I'm boss up here.
Hold your dicks and rub your tits.
You'll be ice cold.
Here come the Cool Boys.
Just a young boy.
So cool.
So cool.
So cool.
I see cool boys.
I'm sick, dude, by the way, so I'm sorry if there's gonna be a lot of coughing from my end.
Do you have AIDS? Because according to Nolan, AIDS is basically a cold these days.
That's all it is.
Pop a few Advil.
Yeah, a few Advil, you're cured. Perfect.
Hey, guess what I'm drinking tonight, guys? I'm having something a little festive for the holiday season.
Oh, no.
I am having what is called a Dutch treat.
A Dutch oven?
No, not a Dutch oven, even though I make those every night for my wife. A Dutch treat is 2 parts vodka and 1 part Van Loon.
What is happening?
What's Van Loon? Is that what you just asked? I didn't hear you. Yeah,
What is
so
Van Loon?
Van Loon. So Van Loon, Nolan, how do you not know what Van Loon is? It's
I don't either, but I don't care that much.
It's 60 proof. And it's made from traditional old world formula. It is a mint chocolate liqueur. All right, and that's to make the vodka taste a little festive this time of season.
Oh, so you're adding liqueur to your vodka.
Okay.
I'm doing 1 part Van Loon right now. Oh, and by the way, this bottle of Van Loon is from 1969.
Of course it is.
Good year for Mustangs.
Good year for Van Loon. And I am adding a little Crystal Skull vodka as my vodka tonight. That would be Dan Aykroyd's vodka.
You know that's not the name of it.
Is it safe to be drinking almost 50-year-old
No.
Van Loon?
Oh, God, no. And so that's what I'm drinking tonight, along with my usual Paddington.
Oh, and you have a Paddington too. Wow, you're going all out tonight for a guy who's sick.
Drinking while you're
oh,
sick. Yeah, that's...
Alcohol is what cures the common cold.
I believe that whiskey actually does. Knocks it right out of you.
I think the science is off there.
No.
The science is in.
I am drinking. Hey, Mickey, you're so fun. You're so fun. You blow my mind. Hey, Mickey.
Hey, Mickey.
God damn it.
Hey, Mickey.
Hey, Mickey. Hey, Mickey, you're so fine. You're so fine. You blow my mind. Hey, Mickey.
Malt liquors.
Well, this is
Hey,
fine
Mickey.
malt liquor. This isn't some street trash malt liquor. This is fine sipping malt liquor.
I'm just disappointed it's not in a grenade form.
Oh.
Because if I'm drinking Mickey's, it's only in grenade form.
Yeah, I know they do those, but they weren't available at 7-Eleven.
It's like malt liquor was a phase in college, but now I don't know why I would drink it.
Yeah, malt liquor,
What is the purpose of drinking malt liquor unless...
BET, and black chicks.
Or it's your entire life if you're homeless.
Exactly, if you're homeless or black.
Oh, wow.
But I don't mean that's as a racist comment. The only people I know that drink malt liquor are black people and Felk, who's white.
On the outside.
So white. Hey, Noli, what are you drinking tonight?
I'm keeping it simple tonight. It's just a little red wine.
What?
Nothing fancy. I don't have a Van Loon or a Mickey's. Just red wine.
Red wine.
Oh, bringing that one back.
Yeah.
Greetings, Cool Boy Nation, and welcome to another installment of the Cool Boys Podcast. I'm Felk.
Oh, are we doing special names tonight? I didn't even realize. Are we doing
You
anything?
say I'm Worker Ballard.
I'm Delivery Boy Ballard.
And I'm Stock Boy Nolan.
Felk, redo yours.
I'm Felk.
You're not film theater Felk or something?
I'm Movie Theater Felk.
Are you ticket stand Felk or are you concessions Felk?
I did it all. I even did projection.
All right, guys. Hey, no spoilers. No spoilers. I don't want to know what your first job was just yet.
Well, I wasn't actually a stock boy.
We all know Gigolo. That one's easy to guess.
Well, no spoilers indeed.
All those semi-attractive 50-year-old women
Mm-hmm.
make eye contact with you at the country club. You're wearing a sport jacket.
Are you talking about me right now?
Talking about Nolan in his days
Oh,
as a
because
professional
country
gigolo.
club might be involved in my shit. Actually, I thought you.
You weren't
knew.
well, no, you didn't. He didn't work at the country club. He was just there as a guest because he was a gigolo.
Oh, are you doing a Book of Nolan right now?
No, I'm just creating fan fiction. This episode, we will be discussing our dirty first jobs and all the fabulous boners they have given us.
Oh, god damn, that's not good.
But first, we have some cool boy updates.
Oh, shit.
So, gents, what have you been up to? Ballard, what's happening to you?
Yeah, what's happening there?
It's not good.
The Van Loon from 50 years ago?
It's not good, Van Loon.
I thought it was a 50-year-old recipe. You're saying it's actually a 50-year-old bottle?
Yeah, the bottle actually is marked 1969.
You know you can get poisoned.
I may have just been.
It's a liqueur?
It is a liqueur.
Liqueurs don't last forever. They have cream in them.
Yeah, it's not good.
You're gonna die like tonight. This could be your final
just switch,
podcast.
I think, to the Paddington for now.
Wait a minute. Why would you drink that? Was that just sitting in the house too? Like all these random beers you keep drinking?
No, that's actually from my granddad's like old liquor cabinet or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
stop
when it
drinking
comes
old
to
alcohol.
old dairy, what it does is it either forms horrible like constipation inside you.
No, not all liqueurs are dairy.
Yeah, no, but well,
This is not a dairy liqueur.
still.
Unless all the dairy's on the bottom and I didn't shake it.
Remember when Elaine ate that like 100-year-old cake?
Oh God, yeah. You're
Well,
right.
I think that's what you're in for.
Yeah, could you please drink more so we can see what happens? during the
Yeah,
next hour?
let's just make
All
this
right,
the
fine.
episode.
I'm gonna have to cut it with some fucking Paddington.
Oh my god, you're actually gonna do it? You're hardcore.
Episode 45, Ballard dies.
That's the name. That's the name of this episode. Well, guys, first let's get into the post-mortem of our last episode. Now, obviously, our last episode is Justice League, and we'll hold off any conversations on that until Nolan has seen it. But let's discuss Straight or Gay, which would be episode 43. So, did you guys have anything that you wanted to discuss after Straight and Gay? Because it turns out that I was super straight, and a 0, which was also meant I was straight or heterosexual. And then I won the Felt quiz, right? Oh, no, wait. Nolan's first quiz was we were all gay, actually. But then the next one, the sports one, I won because I guessed the right amount of questions that Felk would answer. So I was more straight.
Yeah, nobody. My first two were just determining whether or not you were straight, bisexual, or gay. Nobody wins at that. Let's not equate being straight with victory. I think that's
I win.
Not a great angle in 2017 or 2006, really.
Well, Ballard is correct. He did win the night. He was the straightest out of the three of us, and Felk and I both teetered on explorers. We're just fucking Christopher Columbus, man, and Marco Polo, and
No, but you guys are explorers, but also heterosexual.
that's true. So who's an explorer that was heterosexual?
Marco
'Cause it
Polo wasn't an
Christopher
explorer.
Columbus.
He was more of a conquistador.
But he was fucking dudes left and right. So who was straight?
Yeah, he was probably gay too.
Who's straight? For
Is there
sure,
a straight-
it was
There's no straight explorer. I don't think so.
Cortez. Cortez was fucking laying down pipe everywhere he went.
Yeah, but I think he was laying down pipe everywhere he went. I think everywhere.
I think all the explorers were gay too. Come on, you're on those boats forever, months at a time, just a whole bunch of
Exactly.
dudes. Oh yeah, you got to be.
Yeah.
You got to be for sure. Well, we have a comment actually from our Straight or Gay episode. It's one from one of our number one cool boy fans, Red and Cube,
Oh, hell
and
yeah.
he wrote us another great, short, simple.
Yeah.
And I got a response for you, Red and Cube. Yes.
Too lazy to write the third word, but we still appreciate you, Red and Cube.
You're the new Nuggies.
Yeah, better really, because I don't know, Nugget Master dropped us way too easy. Plus, dude's a little too into nuggets. I'm just gonna finally say it.
Yeah. His whole channel is just him liking Nugget videos and posting Nugget videos.
I mean, I get the YouTube mantra of like find a niche and then fill it, but I don't know that was a good one to fill.
He's got
Nuggets.
more subscribers than us, so
That's true. Yeah, and higher quality output. The creepy. All right, since we're talking about Nugget Master, he did a face reveal. Now he shows his weird face, and he's just a middle-aged white guy. But he was doing his on-camera shit in a ski mask. So it was a pudgy man in a ski mask reviewing fucking chicken nuggets. That's that shouldn't be on the internet.
I love the new idea of face reveals.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Dude, we need to do that because
Let's do it at a club.
a gay
Go to West
club.
Hollywood. Let's go to WeHo and gay it up and do a face reveal and then just get facials all night long from gay guys.
I still think
Blazing
we should go to
Saddles,
either Bullet
Trunks.
or the Cobra.
Guys, There was something wrong in what I just said, and nobody caught it.
What?
Gay guys don't give other gay guys facials. Or straight guys facials, for that matter.
We don't know that.
Oh.
That might have just been the Big Guns crew. We haven't watched enough gay porn yet, but we will be watching.
I think we're going to have to watch the Justice League XXX gay parody and find out if they do facials in that.
It looked like it had a great story.
What is gay? What? Oh, that. Yeah, I guess people think it's a big deal that I'm the first gay superhero. Come with me. Robin. We can.
Did Aquaman make you wet? Batman needs us. What is this? 50 Shades of Grey? I thought that was a different fucking parody video. Oh.
All right, so Noli, what have you been up to recently?
Oh, everyone knows I'm famous for waiting like 10 days to take a shit, right?
Oh, yeah.
And right now I'm on day 4. It hasn't happened yet. I'm waiting. I feel nothing.
You're on what day?
I'm on day 4 right now. I haven't shit in 4 days.
You took me back
Holy
with
shit.
the I feel nothing. That was very existential.
I feel nothing.
What do you mean? Like you don't feel an urge? You don't
No
feel
urge.
pressure?
No urge to poop. No urge to poop. Nothing. It's bizarre.
You eat?
So much food. It's ridiculous.
Give yourself an enema on the air, and then we got an episode.
It might happen. But I didn't know it would run in the family, and I had to give my little 2-year-old an enema the other day, and it was mind blowing.
What? Oh my God!
Ballard, have you ever given someone an enema?
No, dude, I've never had one. I'm interested just because I love the idea of being flushed.
Felk, have you ever given someone an enema?
I've given myself an enema, and I've been around another person giving it because, you know.
What? What are these parties you're going to?
For butts stuff, sometimes it's a good idea.
Wait, so you're like, oh my God, I want to
Around
eat
the
your
girl,
asshole
donut.
and then fuck you in the ass later. But you know what? Let's go into my bathroom first and let's take care of some enemas, baby.
I mean, it's a common practice with...
Mood lighting and
No.
candles and shit.
No, that's not the romantic part. It's very technical.
Well, you can make enemas romantic. Get some chocolates and raspberries.
Well, my story's not like Felk's. I mean, it's definitely not romantic, and there's definitely no chocolate and raspberries involved. But it was
Oh, God, I hope not.
it was difficult finding the tiniest little asshole you've ever seen. And Felk,
I don't want to talk about
I
this.
know you love your tiny little assholes.
No,
Oh my God.
don't intermingle those two.
I just wanted to see Felk's reaction for the most part. That's why I'm telling this story. But enema worked. Shit.
Good.
2 minutes later, and he loved it. He was loving life, happiest little boy in the world. It was strange sticking something up someone else's butthole, and I couldn't really find it. That was the hard part. It was very tiny.
All right, do
Very
it to
tiny.
yourself. I mean, I assume you had to use a special one.
I've had one before,
Here's the
but I
thing-
couldn't.
Yeah,
do
he
it.
said that, I think, during butt
Yeah.
stuff or something.
You've
Yeah.
had an enema before?
Yeah, I tried to do it myself. I could not do it. I could not find my butthole. I could not get in there.
That's
I feel like that's common practice. Most people can't find their buttholes very easily. Like, I know it's in my crack. I'm not sure entirely where it is.
Yeah.
There's too many layers of sarcasm going on right now. You need to interpret them. You can't. Ballard, you're being sarcastic because clearly
I am absolutely being
that
sarcastic.
doesn't make any fucking sense. But Nolan's not being sarcastic. I don't think he actually had problems. You actually had problems finding your asshole.
Yes, I did.
What does that mean? How could you possibly have trouble finding your asshole? Like, you have to
I don't
elaborate.
touch it. I don't find it. I don't like poke and prod for it every day. Like, oh, there it is. Like, I don't see it like my nose. Oh, here's
You
my nose.
wipe your asshole, don't you? I mean, you have a fucking like servant that does that for you.
The general area of my asshole. I never like just go in there and be like, oh, boop, right up my ass. There it is.
This can't be right. You couldn't put. I can stick my finger in my asshole right now. I'm doing it right now. It's in there.
Do it. Prove
Ew.
it.
It's in
You
there.
never wash your butt recently?
And now
You don't
it's
know where that butt's
on
been.
camera, and it's clean.
You just wiped your hand off.
No, I didn't.
All right.
I don't have a towel right here. Asshole, you know where your asshole is. I don't understand what happened. I don't believe you. I think this is wrong.
Detachable asshole. Dun 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 dun.
Ballard,
dun, dun.
if I gave you a tube right now, a little squeezy tube, and I told you to find your asshole within 5 seconds, do you think you could get in there right in the first try?
No. I mean, yeah, 5 seconds. I feel like 5 seconds is a lot longer than I think. Yeah, usually. I mean, I get what you're saying. Like, if I had to like do a one simple stroke pop into my butthole, I would miss it probably. Yeah. But like, if I had like 5 seconds, I'm sure I could find it in 5 seconds. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, if I just went from like right now and just went straight and tried to touch my butthole, like, you know, pin a tail on the donkey, I would never be able to find my butthole.
So this is what goes up your ass. All right. This is
Oh, you got one.
That whole thing goes up your ass?
This part goes
Oh.
in your ass. Yes.
Is that a syringe? What the
No,
fuck is
it's
that?
got a cap on it. You take the cap. I don't want to take the cap off right now.
Time out.
That's what I
I'm
use.
just loving that Felk has an enema right on
I know, he's
cue.
pulling a
Like,
ballad right
he's got
now.
the
He just like
fucking
walked
kit.
5 seconds off frame and came back with an enema.
Because you can only buy them in packs of 2, and I had to do one not that long ago because I couldn't shit for like a day and a half.
Yeah, I think tomorrow's my limit. I think tomorrow's when I give myself an enema.
See, here's the difference though, Felk, right? Nolan's asshole isn't prime real estate. So he doesn't give a fuck if it's taking a while, how it's feeling, how it's looking. But for you, a day and a half, that's a day and a half you can't get any ass play on your little butthole. And so, of course, you got to get that shit clean, get it taken care of.
I will say this: Nolan's asshole is clearly just like caked in shit. There's probably a crusty layer all around it. Because
That's
you
not true.
can't even find it. How could you possibly? I wipe. Like I get a little bit of the toilet paper inside. I wipe on the inside as well.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
you're forgetting. I wipe till it bleeds. I don't stop until it's my asshole.
But you don't know where you're
Yeah, that's your
wiping.
mantra. That's your mantra.
You're wiping your thigh.
No, I wipe till there's no more poop and just blood on the TP. That's the way to do it. It's the only way to do it.
It's the only way to wipe. Do not stop until your butthole is bleeding and you've created a fissure in your fucking asshole.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm going to take another sip of this liqueur real quick. Hang on, guys. Yeah, it's not bad.
Oh, you're getting into it now.
Well, I think it might have been that Paddington beforehand.
50-year-old liqueur, everybody.
All right. So
Wait, 69? What's the math on that? I think it's a lot more than 50, right? That's like,
No, 48? I'm not sure.
no, it's like
My
almost,
math's terrible.
That's almost 60. Isn't that 58 years?
Someone do the math. Cool Boy Nation, do the math. Is anyone doing the math? God damn it.
dude, you know what? Paddington is already a drink, and it's not even remotely close to what you're drinking. It's 1 dash of absinthe, 5 Island rum, Lit Blanc, grapefruit juice, lemon juice, and orange marmalade.
Also, what's a hollandaise? Look up a hollandaise as a drink.
I don't think hollandaise is a real drink. I think it's just what Phil
hope
drinks
it
to take a
is.
shit.
I hope it's a real drink.
I mean, it's a sauce that you could theoretically drink, but it's not alcoholic. I wouldn't.
Which I have done. I have poured holiday sauce into a glass and then drank it.
That's disgusting.
I've also been found after drunk in college up against the washer and dryer, pounding bottles of Alfredo sauce. The reason I'm hiding in the laundry room is not for shame, because I've been quoted as saying I didn't want anyone else to have some.
Oh, wow.
That's alcoholic talk.
Yes, but it was Alfredo. Alfredo sauce.
Alfredoholic. My updates would be all right. I'll just burn through my quick updates. I rewatched Justice League. I saw it last Wednesday. Saw it a second
Yeah.
time. Still liked
Yeah.
it. I think you're a little overestimating how much CG mustache wasn't as much as I remembered. I also finished all of Entourage, including the movie.
You did all of it, including
wow.
the movie.
Yes.
That's hardcore.
And here's my review of all of Entourage. Very little happens, and there's no stakes, and it is just pretty cars and hot women, wish fulfillment. And I hated it when it was on because of that. It was just like, this is fluff. This is bullshit. Like, look at pretty shiny things. But now in 2017, in which wanting to have a male hedonistic lifestyle is so abhorrent, it kind of was refreshing to see a 2008 like positive depiction of Hollywood where, you know, hot babes were okay, cool cars were fine, and so forth. And I did kind of feel a little nostalgic that that world doesn't exist anymore.
Well, before I get into my update, let's have another sip of that Van Loon's Dutch Treat. Van Loon's Dutch Treat, so smooth and delicious. And that vodka is so good. Actually, Dan Aykroyd's vodka is very good. My update for tonight
Up your
is nothing really, but I did want to say one thing real quick. Oat Studio
No.
is
Oh,
developing
God.
for their first
Stop it.
full-length feature film. Hang on, this is real quick, Nolan. Seriously, let me get this out because you might actually like this. Oat Studios is developing for their first full-length feature film, Flight of the Navigator.
Huh.
Oh,
And Neil Blomkamp might direct it. And now my question to you guys, though, is
No.
will Charlton Copley be in the movie.
As a voice, he'll probably be the
He'll be
voice
the
of that
voice.
alien.
Yeah,
little
that's
guy.
what I want. That's what I thought. He's gonna be the voice of the navigator.
That makes sense.
Or of the alien spaceship.
That movie doesn't. I couldn't see him making that. Like, it's a kid's film. What is he gonna do with that?
Dude, I think he's gonna do what we talked about in episode
hard R remake.
Hard R remakes. He's gonna make a hard R remake of Fly the Navigator. Now, did someone say Fly the Navigator on that episode? I'm
No.
sure someone did.
I don't think you're correct that he will make a hard R remake. If he remakes Fly the Navigator, it will be rated
He'll make it probably
PG.
PG-13. Yeah.
Probably PG.
No, because have you seen Fly the Navigator?
Yeah, it's been a while.
Recently?
No, it's been a while.
Okay, it's much more scale to adult sensibility. When I rewatched it, I was like, holy shit, this movie's like a lot more over my head, I think, as a kid than I realized. Because as a kid, I really just cared about the spaceship and the Pee Wee Herman voice and the little fucking alien creature and the flying around and the spaceship that changed things.
Whoa! This can't be happening.
Yeah, exactly. But I rewatched it, and there's a lot of drama about this guy.
I'm just laughing that Pee Wee Herman was caught masturbating in a fucking adult movie theater. It's just like,
Again?
well, the 90s were weird. No.
Oh yeah,
the
back
first
then,
time.
yeah.
Again.
I know. It's so fucking crazy, dude. And nowadays, people would be so fucked by iPhones if they did that shit.
Well, nowadays your career is ruined if you once looked at a girl's ass.
Yeah,
It's true.
a lot easier.
Yeah,
now.
or you masturbate in front of them. You're fucked now.
What is the little alien doing now? The little guy who was cute.
He
Like,
is.
did like a
He's
little dance.
destroyed styrofoam in like a back fucking of a lot somewhere.
God damn.
It was
I want
probably
one.
bought by some weirdo collector who came all over it every night for a while until the foam
for
fell
sure.
apart.
Or shoved it up their asshole because they knew exactly where their butthole was.
Yeah. 2/3 of the Cool Boys podcast know where their assholes are right now. Guys, would you rather have your first day on the job as a hot guy working as the fluffer on a gay porn set, and you have to service all of the actors and fuckboys on set? But I don't know if fuckboys can be gay. But you are very well respected, and your blowjob skills will lead to fame and stardom in porn only. Or
man.
have your first day on the job as a hot bitch working. I was swore not to. I was like, I'm not going to call women bitches anymore.
I know, that's why I put it there.
As a hot bitch working for a Hollywood mega producer as his cum rag, but you are paid exceptionally well for never reporting it, and you will never find fame or stardom. But am I a woman for the rest of my life?
Yes, you're a bit. Yes, yeah, you had to pick.
These are not good options.
Well, does a hot bitch mean I'm a woman?
Yes.
Okay, you
You're
are
a
a
hot
woman.
bitch. You're a
I don't
hot
want
girl
to
woman.
transition, so I have to stay male.
What is no one called them female women? What was it?
Yeah, you said female women.
Female women.
When was this?
That was
A long time ago. I don't know, like in the teens, somewhere in the episode teens.
Female women.
It was the beginning
All right.
of like maybe Nolan's gay, which is
Oh,
a
okay,
joke. I
remember-
don't actually.
I remember now.
I don't
I
mean to
remember
hurt
now.
your feelings.
I don't know. Who knows?
Who knows? Who knows these days? We're all gay. According, I'm heterosexual but exploring.
That's right. But I'm more straight because I figured out
Explorer.
Felk knew. I guess the amount of right answers Felk had.
Yeah. Well,
Wasn't
I don't
about
want to be
straightness.
I don't want to be a girl.
No,
I don't want to be a cum rag, and I don't care about being paid exceptionally well. But I also don't want to be a fucking fluffer on a gay porn set. This is too tough.
And you also, if you're, by the way, if you're a fluffer whose blowjob skills will lead you to fame and stardom in porn only, but people will know who you are.
right there. Exactly. You said porn only, not gay porn only.
No, porn only.
That's fine.
But everyone knows where you started
Oh, that's fine.
because of your fluffer blowjob skills.
Everyone knows where Nacho Vidal started. Everyone knows where the other big
Yep.
Rocco Siffredi started. They did gay shit early on, and now they're like the top male porn stars in regular porn. Same with
So Felk, what's your answer?
Christian, whatever his name is, the
Ronaldo
bald
or
guy.
something?
My answer is number one. I'm staying a man. I'm keeping my penis.
Yeah, this is wait. I'm on a game. Only one day I'm doing this. I'm a hot guy working as a fluffer on a gay porn set. It just says one day.
No,
it's one day.
it's about first day on the job, but you got to do it.
I have to service all the actors. That just means I'm blowing them, right? I don't have to give them my butt.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're a fluffer. You just do blowjobs. So, by the way, Cool Boy Nation, in
Technically,
case you
a
just
fluffer
don't
can
know
be
what
a noun.
fluffer
It's an
is,
off-the-books
a
blowjob.
fluffer is somebody that works on porn sets, as far as I understand. And whenever a male actor requires they're dick hard and they can't do it because whatever, they've come 30 times that day, or there's amount of alcohol or drugs in their system that they just can't get hard, or they just don't like this particular scene they're in. A person comes over, the fluffer, and sucks their dick.
So you're not quite right about that.
I'm right enough.
Early porn, the term fluffer could also refer to any off-the-books blowjob. So if you could give a fluffer, a girl could, to like a crewman, cameraman, that kind of thing, is kind of a way of not compensating them. From that, it sort of transitioned into start being used as the person who would give sex either before or after to the performers so that they're, quote, ready to go when they get to the actual, like, the lead girl. And then the term just was like the fluffer. Now, do gay porn sites porno even use fluffers? I'm not as well versed on gay porn, but it makes sense that they would. But yeah, that would be referred to as the fluffer. So basically, you might be giving blowjobs to more than just the people on. You said on set. You might be giving blowjobs to the
I said
cameraman.
actors and fuckboys with that fuckboy technology.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, you got it covered. So you're blowing more people than just the guys who are fucking that day.
Oh yeah.
What if it's a Big Guns 2 cast? Holy shit, you're in for like 30 blowjobs.
Yeah.
Who knows? Big Guns 2 could be just standard operating procedure for most pornos.
Still doing it.
Gay pornos.
I think
number
we need to
one.
watch more gay pornos and find out.
We'll have to do more fucking research. God damn it. I know I swore I would never do it again.
Yeah, none of us believed you when you said that.
Well, it's Justice League that gets me, by the way, because I want to do porn parody. No one wants to do gay porn. And Felk, I don't even know if you want to even do porn commentaries.
Not really.
I still think watching gay porn is funny.
Exactly.
It is funny. It is funny. But it's also torture. It is torture to watch an hour and 43 fucking minutes of just dudes fucking. That was hardcore.
And it's our most listened to episode by far.
It's fantastic.
So, I guess I would probably have to go with have my first day of job as a hot bitch working for a Hollywood makeup producer as his cum rag. But you're paid exceptionally well for never reporting it, and you will never find fame or stardom. Why? Because I know how to keep my mouth shut.
But how well are you paid, really?
Very well, sounds like. Exceptionally well.
What do you do when you go home? You have a pussy. Like, are you gonna go have
drink
to
some
date
wine,
dudes? Like,
watch
I
some
don't wanna
fucking
go date
TV.
guys.
Dude, go Real Housewives. Reunion that just aired. Done.
I don't want to date anybody. Come on, I don't want a dick inside me.
Yeah, I don't want to date anybody, but I'll just be a cum rag. I don't care. Just
I'm looking at gay porn right now, by the way.
Stop doing it.
No, because I'm seriously looking at I'm at men.com looking up the Justice League gay porn. It's not out yet. They've released
When
two
does it come out?
scenes
When does
from
it come out?
What?
When does it come out? Can we do it for episode 50?
Comes out December 1st.
Yes!
I think this is too soon. I think people start questioning, like, are we a gay podcast? Which I still say
Are
we
you kidding me? It's like
Yeah,
every
we
5
question
episodes
it.
has the word gay in it on our podcast.
I'm going to go on a limb and say 2017 gay porns have face shots, cum shots.
Yeah.
And we're not going to be happy about that.
Cool Boy Nation, if there was a would you rather you would like us to discuss on a future podcast, please email us at thecoolboyspodcast@gmail.com. Well, cool boys, I don't think you can get a more topical would you rather than that. Time to move on to our Cool Boys show topic.
Report preliminary findings.
Not worried about her. We gotta keep him gagged.
Cool Boy Nation, pop your cocks and drop your tops.
It might be interesting and important for you to know.
It's time for our Cool Boy show topic.
Hey, I like that.
Spoilers.
No sweat.
So cool.
And now, a reading from the Book of Felk.
It was a hot, humid Tuesday afternoon in Houston. I sat alone in my room, tugging at my naughty left nipple, daydreaming what it would be like to live inside my own asshole. Would it be smelly and cramped, or would it be pleasant and cozy? These were the answers I demanded to know. So I tucked my semi-hard teenage dong into my cutoff shorts, threw on a mesh top to hide my nasty nips, and headed out the door to seek the fucking truth. Within seconds, horns were a-honkin' and bodacious boners were a-ragin'. But then, an older gentleman who called himself Rad Rod asked how much it would cost to blow air into my bottomless butthole. I shouted with glee, "You can do that for freezies! But while you're at it, tell me if you think I could fit in there." Rad Rod replied, "You're the best, kid." So we darted into the dark alley like pubescent teenagers in love. I pulled down my cutoffs and spread my hairless, sweaty cheeks. You know what they... I don't want to read this anymore. You know what they say? A wide anus makes it painless. Cool air gilded like a peregrine falcon up my ravishing rectum as Rod blew his blistering breath. That's a lot of alliteration. Christ, he was rad. He took one last breath and blew it like the wind. Handed me $15, jiggled my Tinder taint, and left. I heard Rod shout as he rode into the sunset. Felk, I don't think you could fit.
Whoa, shit, twist ending.
Well, that was my first job. What about you guys? Okay.
Philk, it sounds like you were a gigolo, a male prostitute, actually. Do people really blow into buttholes? Is that a thing?
I blow in a girl's, like...
Okay, so...
Wait, that's a real thing?
Have you ever had someone just kind of...
No,
on your butthole?
No one's ever been like, let me just blow into your fucking heinous anus.
Get yourself some of those compressed airs and just up your butt. Make sure you don't get the actual...
What are you talking about? Blowing air up? Take compressed air and blow it up my ass?
Just to simulate. Since no one will blow in your butt manually.
So, Felk, why don't you set up what this episode is or something like that?
So this episode, we'll be discussing stories from our very first jobs. We were all relatively young, relatively naive, looking for fun and perhaps a little cash.
And some bottomless buttholes to blow in.
The end.
Well, my first job, I guess you could kind of consider a gig. So when I was a junior in high school, I actually was an editor. And I edited for other schools. I edited some of their camp videos and whatever, their dance videos, fashion videos, and shit like that. But I didn't do it for my school because fuck that. I didn't want to do anything for my school. But I would do other schools and get paid. And I remember the first job, the lady asked me, like, as I was cutting her video, and I was just like, she was like, the lady asked me, like,
"What the fuck?
Do you want to, like, suck my titties?" No, she asked me, you know, how much is this going to cost? And I was like, holy shit, I can just say a number right now? Like, what number do I say?
$1 million.
I said $1,000. And she was like, cool. And I was like, holy shit. There's money to be made as an editor.
Wait, what happened? You didn't... There's no sex? There was no butthole blowing?
Yeah,
No, there was nothing.
You just edited a fucking show for your high school?
Instead of writing essays for school, like when people would be like, turn in an essay, I literally just produced a video and then gave them a video. And then my teachers would be like, A++.
I did that
and I'd be like, sweet. And like, I got through a lot of English class with just making a lot of videos.
Nowadays, it's probably the kids who are like, I'm going to write an essay. And the teachers are like blown away.
Yeah, and the teachers are like, what? You're not going to vlog this?
You used words?
Yeah, you actually wrote big words down on paper.
Yeah.
So yeah, anyway, there's nothing really crazy. I just made some videos for people. I made Spanish videos for people. I made English videos for myself. And then humanity videos and things like that. And then I also edited for like cash.
Gay porn.
And checks, actually, technically, I guess people gave me checks.
Wow.
You know, just you know, stuff for schools.
Now you're touching your dick.
That's that.
All right. Well, that was
life changing.
So that was my first job, technically.
I actually got to edit for PBS. My prep school had a closed circuit TV station, and I got to be the president of it. Which is why when I
did not have that in my high school, and I wish they did.
Yeah, that's why when I applied to college, I had like a reel, like I had actual shows I directed and stuff.
Gay porn.
A little bit. I mean, subtext. My rad rod was throbbing. No, my actual first job, 17, I worked at an AMC movie theater in the Houston area. And I fucking not hated, but disliked AMC movie theaters. There was another one, a Cinemark Tinseltown, a little bit further away. And whenever I saw movies, I would always see it there. It was like an early ArcLight. They actually cared about the presentation. AMC, on the other hand, rarely would you go to the movies and have it work out right. The lights would be left on. The projector would be framed wrong. Something would be problematic. And I should never use that word. Something would be wrong. And their concession was like terrible.
Why not problematic?
The word has new connotation.
My bad.
Anyway,
not woke.
What? You're not woke?
Not woke.
No,
not woke either.
Google it. But because it was a close one to it, and I think a family member knew people there, they're like, I just work at the AMC. Parents wanted me to have a job experience. So that was my first job, was working at a movie theater. And
what the fuck was that noise?
Yeah. Your wedding ring fall off?
Yeah.
So fit. You're so thin. This falls right off you. Have you lost weight recently?
No. Gained weight.
Well, you're about to lose 4 days worth of weight.
Yeah.
Dude, show me your dick. Show me your dick real quick.
Okay, hold on.
You said you gained weight. I just want to see how his dick looks now.
Okay. So anyways, I go to, like the first 3 days.
That Van Loon's kicking in, by the way, guys. Sorry.
Yeah. Basically, thank you for telling us. Basically, my first story is about my first 3 days. Because I went into this AMC not liking it. I knew this was a bullshit job. I knew it was a summer thing. But I mean, I had a work ethic. I knew I was going to like try my best. First day's orientation. In an orientation, that's when I realized that this AMC, I'm just going to be a force of chaos the entire time I'm there.
Nice.
Oh no.
And not either try to undermine my coworkers or the place, because I knew in a year I'd be in college and it wouldn't matter. I was going to maybe do the job next summer.
Oh, I love this. I love that you have like this intelligence in your minorness. You know, you're like, I'm a minor now. I'm fucking about to go to college. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to wreak havoc.
Well, I didn't wreak havoc so much because I was actually a force of justice and then a force of chaos intertwiningly. But orientation, first thing they do is show you the Roger Lodge video I mentioned like 2 episodes ago.
Oh my God, that's right.
About the sexual harassment where Roger Lodge is like, hi, I'm Roger Lodge from TV's Blind Date. And I'm here to talk to you about appropriate ways to talk to your fellow employees at AMC movie theaters. And one of the, a full segment of it was like, inappropriate pet names can make people uncomfortable, even if they don't feel comfortable with bringing this up to you. Names like Honey, Sweetie, Sugar, all these things.
Sugar tits.
So within 5, that we get out of that, and then we get into orientation. And orientation is done by a black chick who already worked there. I was debating whether or not I should even bring up a race, but it kind of makes sense, the fact that it kind of adds a little flavor to the fact that she kept calling me, honey, could you get that box there? Sweetie, come over here. Let me show you. Oh, sweetheart, baby doll. She called me baby doll, I think. It was like,
what?
It was like, okay, so you just showed us a video telling us all these words not to call your coworkers, and then you're calling me that over and over again. And I took it endearingly. I thought it was fine.
I like that when black women do that to me. I appreciate it.
I don't mind it at all. I just thought, like, you just put the VCR tape or VHS tape in the VCR.
No, I gotcha.
It was like, that was... No, so I basically, that's where I realized, okay, rules have no value here.
I like it when 60-year-old men call me baby.
Now, the next 2 days were my... Good for you. The next 2 days were 48 hours that just blend together. Because another little detail is that apparently I had been taking... I took Ritalin from second grade to 8th grade, then I switched to Adderall for high school. This was summer. I had just gotten done with my junior year, and as a test to maybe think about going on Ritalin for my senior year, or maybe not taking it at all anymore, I got a prescription, and I ended up just basically taking Ritalin a full dose that I used to take right after Adderall. So this kicked in, and I was basically going through my first 2 days at AMC on kind of like meth, basically. That's what Adderall is.
Is it really like meth? I don't know.
It's chemically, Ritalin is like 1 molecule off from methamphetamine.
What?
All I know is gay guys like to take it and fuck like rabbits.
They also like to take meth and fuck like rabbits.
That's what I'm talking about.
What do you... Wait, how do you know this, Nolan?
Every gay story, there's a gay murder. Fucking one dude was on meth and went nuts on a guy. Always. Happens every time. Gay guys like to take it and fuck like rabbits.
They also like to take meth and fuck like rabbits.
Gay guys like to take it and fuck like rabbits.
They also like to take meth and fuck like rabbits.
Gay guys like to take it and fuck like rabbits.
They also like to take meth and fuck like rabbits.
What? Really?
Fuck like rabbits.
Fuck like rabbits.
Fuck like rabbits.
Fuck like rabbits.
What?
Fuck like rabbits.
Really?
A wide anus makes it painless.
Fuck like rabbits.
Fuck like rabbits.
Fuck like rabbits.
What?
Went nuts.
Really?
A wide anus makes it painless. I forget where I was. So basically, after the orientation next 2 days, I in 72 hours I did not sleep. So I was starting to feel like weird and woozy by the end of it. So that was already kind of a factor, but whatever. My first day, I uncovered basically 2 rings within the AMC thing that I kind of brought down. I believe I got about 7 people fired in my first week through indirection. The first thing is that I discovered a new drug that I never even knew was a drug. In the changing room, I thought that I saw there's little CO2 canisters, and I remember them from the Nike pumps, the shoes that you pump up, but they'd also have a valve, and you could buy CO2 canisters. This was a thing in the 90s to inflate your shoe instantly. You remember this?
Yeah,
that's what they looked like, and I was like, oh, somebody inflating shoes? What are those for? And another coworker was like, you seriously don't know what the fuck those are? It's fucking drugs, dumbass. People were kind of hostile to me, so I was like, no, I did not.
NOS?
It was NOS. There was little canisters for NOS just left in the fucking trash in the changing room. So we had so what does 17-year-old me do? The first thing I do was go to the off-duty police officer and say, officer, I'm pretty sure there are drugs in our changing room, and I'm pretty sure I know who they were left by. It's this person, and they gave them the description.
Oh, you stool pigeon.
So, and then
You're a rat.
I get trained on fucking the concessions, and here's what you do with concessions and all that stuff. And I immediately was told, all right, here's the way the popcorn works. You buy the popcorn, you fill up the bag, give them the bag. They can come back to you, the customers, with an empty bag of popcorn. You get 1 free refill. And what you do
I know that. Yeah.
You tear the side. They tear the side, and then it's no longer good for refills.
Yeah, you get 1 free refill. Yeah.
Yeah, and in my
What kind of fat fucks get 2 things of popcorn? Ballard?
This guy.
Okay.
Within my first day, I immediately noticed that many of these sketchy-looking people who were coming up were having their bags refilled, but there was no seasonings, no popcorn drippings. They basically looked like they were been opened and maybe fluffed around a little bit. And that's when I realized what was going on, which is that there was several people who worked there who were giving out the free ones because I actually saw this girl do it. Another black employee giving her friends. Another employee giving her friends.
Yes. What? Scratching your chin too while you're doing it.
Giving her friends the empty bags. And then they gave her money. I saw this in front of everybody. It was just all you do is just be like me and be constantly paying attention to everything. So I immediately then told the manager and supervisor, and I asked him, are you going to talk to the officer? Because I will if you don't want to. And, so basically, I got her fired as well. So
snitches get stitches.
Because I saw her put money from a customer into her pocket and then hand them an empty popcorn bag without, paying any money for it. That's
I didn't see nothing.
That's theft. So
I didn't see nothing.
My first 3 days were about justice.
That was a nasty fart. You got a shit coming soon. You just ratted on a whole bunch of your employees.
No, they weren't my employees.
Yeah, he was a weekend. He didn't care.
Coworker.
Rat him out. Fucking get rid of him.
I hadn't slept in 72 hours at that point, and I was like, what are they going to do, shoot me? They probably could have shot me.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, I hope not. That's crazy. Wait, what do you mean they could have shot you? What are you talking about? Because you're Houston?
People get shot in Houston.
Jesus, that sounds like a horrible place to live.
Yeah, people don't get shot in Los Angeles or San Francisco.
No one gets shot in Los Angeles. No one gets shot in San Francisco.
I live in Sonoma County where nothing bad ever happens.
No.
Except forest fires that kill many
except
people.
a wildfire that hasn't happened in 150 plus years.
No, you're right, though. Nobody ever... Sonoma County probably has 1 murder a couple of years.
Yeah, right. Those winos, man, they get nuts.
Do winos live in Sonoma?
Fucking, have you seen Johnny Depp recently on some of those videos? He gets fucking nuts.
Billionaire.
Are you serious? What videos?
I don't know.
Where like Amber Heard secretly recorded him. He's like throwing like shit all around his house.
Motherfucker! Did something happen to you this morning? I don't think so.
No, that's the thing.
You want to see crazy? I'll give you fucking crazy. What's crazy? Oh, you're crazy. Oh, you're crazy.
Have you drunk this whole thing this morning?
Oh, you got this going? You got this going?
Just started it.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Really?
Wow, Felk. You know what? Honestly, dude, way to go, dude. You made the right call. You did the right choices. And you got some bitches fired.
Let's just say that was my Harvey Dent stage.
Oh, really?
Woo! And then my next stage.
Oh, I can't wait to hear about your next stage, Long Halloween stage. Well, Noli, what was your first job like?
Well, my first job was working in a movie theater, and Felk kind of stole everything I was going to say.
What? Felk? How dare you?
Yeah, Felk. So I guess I'll have to tell a different story about a different job. So we're like freshman year of college.
Yep.
And I'm at this club.
Yeah.
I had my eye on this girl for a while. I met her at school a couple times, but we finally met up. She's a guest model, by the way, Felk. So she is so skinny, so perfect, big ass titties. We hit it off at the club. We make out a little bit in the parking lot. We get a ride home with one of my friends. But the friend who drove us home was friends with the girls too, and he asked the girl, "Are you getting out too?" Hasn't even talked to me. And the girl looks at me and she's just like, yes. I mean, when does that happen? When the girl just like invites herself into my house. So I'm like, let's do it.
It's pretty hardcore.
Yeah. So we go into my room. Clothes come off.
Yeah.
I dive in like Greg Louganis dives into a fucking naked ass cheek. And I just start going to town. Yeah, isn't it weird how he had to come out by jumping into a pool? He broke his head open and blood spilled, and then he had to like tell everyone, "I'm gay, don't go in the pool." Is that a true story? Did I make that up?
That is a true story. Yes, that happened.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's what happened.
Okay. Poor Greg Louganis.
Yeah.
So anyway, I do that, and then she reciprocates, and this is a job of the blow variety. It is my first blow job.
Whoa.
Now, these are jobs you did. So you're giving a blowjob to a man, right?
No, it's just his first jobs.
Then that's she was doing the job, and you were just sitting there.
It was my first blowjob.
It was his first blowjob.
We're talking about jobs, right? It's my first blowjob.
You give a blowjob or you get a blowjob, and if you're getting the blowjob, you're not the one doing the job.
Well, do you want to not hear about this blowjob? Because I can move on.
I want to hear about this blowjob.
I want to hear about your real first blowjob.
This is it.
It sounds like it's it.
This is it.
No.
I had sex in high school, but with prudes. Prudes who would like grab my cock and like not look at it and jerk it off. Like, you know, in college was the girl finally just like went at it. And she did it. And like, let me tell you, this girl was perfect. And anyway, she did it. It was wonderful. And I fell in love with blowjobs, not her.
Yeah.
Blowjobs are absolutely the best.
Fell in love with a girl at a blowjob. Okay. First job can mean whatever your heart wants it to mean, can't it?
Fuck yeah, man. Attaboy. That sounds like a great blowjob, dude.
It was great. It was fantastic. I fell in love.
What kind of shit did she do? She suck your balls at all?
Yeah.
That's a good blowjob.
You know what I like too? She did a thing where she like sucked, and then while her mouth was around it, she was just like, her tongue was going wild in there, like on things.
God, that's so sweet. And you know what's amazing too? I love when the mouth's around it and there's just that sucking going on.
Yeah.
You know, just like the pressure.
Yeah.
No, and that sounds wonderful. I never had a blowjob, so I imagine it's pretty good.
What?
Bet it feels like a bag of sand.
It does. It's exactly what it feels like. Well, moving on. So my first real job where I actually was being paid like a paycheck on a regular basis was a summer job I had in between my senior year of high school and my freshman year of college. And I worked at a golf club as part of the pool staff. And what that meant was all I really had to do was just bring food out that was, you know, designed as a buffet or some sort out to the pool where all the, you know, the rich kids and rich, you know, wives can eat the food while their husbands went and fucking golfed. So, well, how about this? I should get into how I got the job. So one of my friends, I won't say his name. We'll just call him. Let's just call him.
You don't need to go this much in detail.
No, this is actually interesting. So we'll call this guy John. So John, use the name John anytime I fuck up. If I slip up and say Sean, okay, I mean John. All right. So use.
I'm gonna
John.
keep that in the show.
So John was working at this golf club with Dorn, Cool Boy Dorn. Finally, Cool Boy Dorn, right, Felk? Because he's finally on air with us. That makes him not part of Cool Boy Nation Dorn. He's now Cool Boy Dorn.
Yeah.
Hi, Dorn.
So
Hi,
I was working with
Dorn.
Cool Boy Dorn, or no, John was working with Cool Boy Dorn at this golf club. And one day I am golfing with John and Dorn.
Who's John?
John is this guy Sean I was working with. So, or no, this guy Sean I was friends with. So Sean and
we're admitting his name now.
So this is just getting fucking super confusing. Hang on. So my next job was actually a real job.
I worked at Redacted with name redacted, and we redacted it.
Fuck it. I don't care. I'm gonna say their names. So my next job was not so much a gig as my other job as was an editor when I was just kind of, doing a couple gigs here and there. My next job was actually getting a real paycheck, and I was working at a golf club as a pool staff.
Starting over.
Before I got the job, I had two friends working there, my buddy Sean and also Cool Boy Dorn. Finally, Cool Boy Dorn, no longer Cool Boy Nation Dorn, as he was in our last episode.
What just happened? I just go fucking back in time?
Yes, because I'm speeding it up for you to make it a faster edit. So one time we're all golfing together, and you're gonna keep all that, really?
Is Sean also a fucking fake name, or is that like Steve?
Sean is the guy's name. I called him John to disguise his name, and then I eventually slipped up and said Sean. This is out of control. Fuck it, whatever. Move on to the next story.
No, tell the story. Just get
there is. I'm literally doing Mitch Hedberg right now. Look at the tree over there. Look how big that tree is over there. What? Look how big that tree is. That fucking.
I don't understand. Is there a story involving these people?
I was getting to one.
Tell it. I was just confused by the names.
I don't even know where Noli picks up the story. That's the thing. Like, I don't even know if anyone in Cool Boy Nation could possibly follow the entire anarchy that just went on. I'm literally serious.
I'm gonna include all of it. You're a pool boy at the place with
that's all
Dorn.
you need. That's all the set you need. I was a pool boy.
I don't know where I left off.
Guys.
Yeah, okay. Cool Boy Dorn. Okay, fine. Cool Boy Dorn. I'm working with Dorn as a. Okay. So how I got this job was I was with Sean and Cool Boy Dorn, who is no longer Cool Boy Nation Dorn. He's Cool Boy Dorn
again.
And we were all playing golf at the golf club after out. What's going on?
Keep going. Power
fucking time traveling.
I'm trying to set up the story. I can't set up the story without saying that part.
Greetings, Cool Boy Nation, and welcome to the
I'm
Cool
over
Boys
it.
Podcast.
Move on. Next story.
Oh man,
that was hilarious.
It's like source code.
What the fuck just happened?
Yeah, that's called the Van Loon.
Just ignore us. Just tell the story. What happened?
Please just finish.
What happened
shortly?
With your
No, I mean
2 minutes.
seriously, it's better at this point for me not to tell the story.
So my next story is also from the AMC movie theater I worked at. After being a lawful good for 2 days, I went to chaotic neutral, perhaps, because basically I think I started working there into May or maybe early June. Made it all the way to July 4th. And July 4th was when chaos erupted. That weekend, this is the weekend of The Patriot, and Gladiator was still in theaters. It was chaos. I had to work concession. I had, at that point, already been doing box office mostly, which is a lot. You're air conditioned, it's not as stressful. Concession was darkness. And just in the sheer volume of people, so many... If you don't know, Houston's the fattest city in America. So a lot of fat people would come up, and basically it was like selling meth to meth addicts or guns to suicidal people. I was giving people constantly an implement of their own destruction. After a big Jabba the Hutt-esque woman scolded me because the butter was out because there was serve your own butter, and she dumped butter all through the popcorn to the point where it was all the gaps were filled with butter, and butter was dripping out of the bag. And I had to go out there and change the butter in front of her. And the butter in the bags of butter that are underneath the serve thing, it looks like the fat from Fight Club, basically. It's just like a bag of disgusting goo. And seeing her with the bag already dripping of butter, wanting more butter, and the fact that her cankles were falling out, it just made me crack. Because when I went back there, she was like, Diet Coke. I want Diet Coke. And I served the Diet Coke, which was Diet Coke. And she goes, this tastes too sweet. Is it diet? It has to be diet. And I was like, does it matter? And
you fucking said that.
It matters. Yes, it matters. What do you mean?
Of course it matters to her.
So I was like, it is Diet Coke. I tasted it. I was like, whatever.
I tasted it. What, you fucking drank out of her cup?
And I looked in the sea. No, I tasted it from the fountain. I just poured like in her little sample cups. But
I love that you're a connoisseur of a sommelier of fucking Coca-Cola, that you're like, I know what Diet Coke fucking tastes like, okay? I can tell the difference between Diet Coke and fucking caffeine-free and Diet caffeine-free and Coke Zero.
And I saw a sea of more fat people like ahead of me, basically. And I just snap, and I'm like, I'm on chaos mode right now. So what I did is I was like, I'm going to do a social experiment, and one of the next fountains ran out of Diet Coke.
Is anybody named John or Sean in this story?
No, just me.
Okay.
There was like a line of fountains. You had like 2 or 3 fountains you could go through, and each one, Diet Coke had 2, regular Coke had 2, Sprite had 1, and so forth. So like, I had to fill just the syrup for one of the Diet Cokes, and I went back there and I got regular full calorie Coke in there, and then I think I made sure that the mix was twisted to the syrup, so it was like double syrup regular Coke. And from that point on, for the rest of the day, for 6 hours, every single fat person all of them requested Diet Coke, every single fat woman requested Diet Coke, I gave them double calorie full Coke and watched them sip it and see as they walked away, and just would see like which ones noticed it. One of them noticed it, and I did.
Oh, yeah?
Was like, oh, I guess that might be regular Coke. Let me refill it, and I refilled it with Diet Coke. Like, yes, this is Diet Coke, and then waddled off and ate like 6 boxes of fucking Raisinets and popcorn.
Pear shape.
Yeah, and
I love your fat woman voice, by the way.
Yeah, this tastes too sweet. Is it diet? It has to be diet. Thank you. So that was social experiment 1. But I mean, I that whole weekend I did all kinds of other things. I think I specifically gave a guy a frozen hot dog just to see if he would notice, and he walked into the theater and he never came back out. So I intentionally put my fingers inside.
Who the fuck eats a frozen hot dog and it's just like, nom nom nom, and like has no fucking like ability to like figure that out? Like, I just ate a fucking frozen stick from like The Empire Strikes Back. Like, what the fuck is that?
I learned a lot that day. Like the fact that managers of movie theaters are mostly middle-aged dudes who have no problem hitting on the 18 and 19-year-old girls who work there. Because I saw that happening. He was like totally just like, come with me in the back room. Let me show you something in my car. And he walks like, what was he going to show her in his car?
I've got his dick.
I also learned that like
CD.
There was basically
exactly.
There was 2
his new Pearl Jam album.
Basically. There was 2 people that worked there. Types of people that worked there. People like me who were high school kids doing summer jobs, who were going to college, and then there was early 20s, mid 20s guys who that was their job and they did not go to college. And those dudes, despite being 25 and having gym memberships, no problem hitting on like the 14-year-old girls who were like there with their friends.
I want to say at this point too, when I was at the movie theater, Phil, the older guys in their 20s, or they were in their young 20s, they were really into raves, and they would fucking wear their pacifiers to work, and it was like,
ew.
Yeah, there was a lot of drug use, but I was just shocked by the fact. Like I watched like employees
wear their pacifiers like some kind of fucking baby. What the fuck?
Raves. They had their pacifiers.
Employees in their 20s like put their arms around like 14-year-old girls who were there. Like it was just like, is this Texas? Is this the degree of depravity that I was exposed to?
Too.
What?
It happened in California too. Yeah, at my job. Yeah.
I was just like, basically, because the lifers, the people who like this is their life, they don't have a future, that this is a temporary stop on. They just like show up high, break rules, break laws. I was just like, it was a caliber of people that I've not since been exposed to in a work scenario since, and that was just when I snapped further, which will be in my final story.
Oh, I can't wait. All right, Noli, what's your next first day on the job story?
I am with this beautiful blonde, big-chested woman.
I love that.
Wait, what'd you say?
Awesome. Felk, basically Nolan is stuck in dad mode, and he's doing essentially goodnight stories, and he's doing he does like you just do these always. You're like, like for me, it's in a red brick apartment in the city of Chicago. There lived a parakeet named Peter, and then from there I just build a story every night.
What is happening?
And that's what Noli's doing. I love it. I'm sorry. I'm just way too drunk on this Van Hoon and Crystal Head vodka.
How is the Van Hoon right? Was it Van Loon?
Van Loon. What is it?
Are you dying right now?
No, it's it's become very tasty as I've moved through it. And
you will die tonight probably. If you die, I'll be very sad if you die tonight.
If I'm dead tonight, who replaces me?
There's no replacement. The show ends.
No! I want the show to continue beyond my death.
All right, we'll look into it. Anyway, big-breasted blonde Felk, okay?
You wouldn't like her.
Her tits were, like, these are some of the biggest tits I've ever seen. I think I talked about them with Thunder Tits, maybe. I'm not sure. But they were so big, I couldn't handle them. But we've been dating for a while, and she asked me what I wanted to do. Mm-hmm. And I thought about things I hadn't done yet.
Yeah.
And I thought about, a job that would involve tits.
Yeah.
So this is my first tit job, which is also known as a titty bang. And
a titty bang?
Yeah. I think I talked about this on a previous episode, but I
thought it was called titty fucking. Titty
banging, titty fucking, whatever.
I used to call it titty fucking. I didn't know it was called anything else.
Oh, titty banging?
I never called titty bang.
Oh.
Tit fucking.
I straddled her. This is the girl I straddled, and I was doing it for a while, and I could tell I've been going too long. I could see she's like losing like interest. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna power through this. I'm doing this. And I told her, I'm gonna go. And that's when she pulled her shirt and put it over her face.
Oh yeah.
And at that point, that just delayed everything. I was like, oh
she looked like a ghost.
Yeah, why would you do that?
Yeah. And at this point now, it's like, it's not a sexy position. My like taint is now like scraping across like her stomach the whole time. Titty fucking is not a good thing.
It's not.
Your taint might be near your asshole, but you're not sure.
I can't find it.
Where's Waldo?
He's in your asshole.
Anyway, I go, and it's a great thing she covered up because I shot an immense load all over that shirt, covering her face.
Really?
Good job.
Are these stories true?
Yes, these are true stories.
I've talked about this one before.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
So you'll tell these true stories, but you won't tell oh, it's a funny thing happened while I worked at the theater. Or just nothing happened at the theater that's interesting enough.
I'm telling these stories because nothing happened cool at the theater besides me watching lots of half-hour chunks of films on my breaks.
That's fair enough.
I have no cool stories in my first job. I just have stories in my first real jobs. Blow jobs, tit jobs. And we'll find out what job's next.
Ass job.
Coming soon.
Ooh, fuck yeah.
Yeah, be an ass job.
I'm getting really hard just thinking about it.
So yeah, everyone should be hard right now. Ballard, what is your last story on your job?
All right, so my real first job, because the golf club wasn't really a first job, it was like only a summer job. My first real job was I was a pizza delivery guy, guys. I would recommend if you ever get pizza, don't get mushrooms unless you're getting pizza at like a really fucking nice restaurant, because mushrooms come in a giant box of dirt and bugs, and all of it gets put into the fucking shredder. So don't get mushrooms. I used to experiment with pizza with mustard sugar. I would dunk it in fucking root beer because I needed to like expand upon my flavors of pizza, I guess. Because I was just bored a lot. I had great coworkers. I had 2 Mexican bosses who made me eat habaneros. as a joke, and I ended up crying and falling to the kitchen floor. I had a cashier that worked for us who actually drove over a guy with his pickup truck, killed him. It was on purpose.
What?
He actually got arrested, and as far as I know, was in jail. Might still be in jail for murder.
That's murder.
I also had a cashier who owned 1 bloodhound and 2 timber wolves. I know that because I went to his house one night after work, and he had 1 bloodhound and 2 timber wolves, a male and a female. And let me tell you this, I went to take a piss, and he left me for a second, and when I opened up the bathroom door, one of them timber wolves, I think it was the female if I recall, was looking me right in the face, and I was like, hi, and I started getting all scared, and then the male came up behind, and then he was all like picked up on what the female was getting on, and he was like, oh, and he all felt me up, and I was like, yo, your fucking wolves are scaring the fuck out of me right now, and he was all like, yelled some shit at them, and I remember just being like, what the fuck? Anyways, I got a lot of tips. I got a dog as a tip one time from a pet resort. Her name was Buster. I only had her for about 2 weeks before I brought her right back. I was like, I can't take care of a dog. I'm in college. And then also I got a lot of beer as tips. People would literally give you a can of beer. And then the last thing that really was of any note, one of my last actual few days on the job, I actually was trying to make it to go see the new Planet of the Apes film, starring Mark Wahlberg. And I was backing up on a mountain road and actually got the truck stuck in a ditch. It was vertical. I actually put the truck vertical
Nice.
with the rear in the ditch and the front up in the air. And I had to huff it because there was no cell service. I was on a mountain. I had to actually huff it all the way up the mountain road to the house. And when they answered the door, I was sweating. I was literally covered in sweat with their pizza. And I'm like, here's your pizza. I need to use your phone. And call my boss and tell him the car's stuck in a fucking ditch. And they're like, what? And I'm like, I'm not here to murder you, even though I look like I'm fucking here to practically murder you. Anyways,
I would have shut the door on you and left.
They should have. They let me in the house. I called my boss. I told him the car was in the ditch. He came all the way up, picked me up, and then I dropped him off at the car to go wait for the tow truck. And then, because I told him I had to go see Planet of the Apes. Well, I didn't really remember the Planet of the Apes, and I had to go see it a second time. And the second time, I was really upset that I spent money on it twice.
Felk, what's your last story?
So the final detail on the next day, this is just in the chaos phase, the final act of chaos, the final social experiment that I performed at AMC was during the opening weekend of Legally Blonde. We had in the main office that I had access to, surround sound for the movies came on CDs, right? So the CDs were, there's like 5,
oh really?
Yeah, there was like 5 CDs. So what I did was I opened up the box.
Wait, 5 CDs per movie?
I think so, yeah.
Wow.
So what I did was I switched the far back rear speakers with the front ones, knowing that all the and
You're
just
such an asshole. Fuck you, dude. God damn it, man. I would be so fucking mad if I had you as my fucking projectionist.
Basically, when X-Men played there and debuted, an entire theater for a full 2 days had its lights on because the switch was stuck. And I was like, we shouldn't be doing this. People don't know any better. And the manager said they'll never notice. Who cares?
I would. I'd be so goddamn pissed.
I saw Jurassic Park 3 the following year, and it was completely framed off. The top third was cut, and I told the manager,
oh my God.
And he's like, the movie's halfway over. If we adjust it,
fuck you.
If we adjust it, everyone will notice. Everyone will.
Do you know how fucking mad you're making me right now? Felk, how many times have you and I gone to a fucking AMC and I went and bitched afterwards and we got free tickets for another show?
Let me finish. His response was, it's halfway over. If we move it up, everyone will notice it moving, and then more people will complain and ask for refunds.
Oh. Well, I fucking always bitched, right? I was like, it was out of focus, out of sync in the third act. Remember? Oh, I got so many free movies for us. We essentially just kept on rotation on free movies and free movies and free movies.
So I was mad about this, and I was like, I'm gonna call this little chaos, and I switched the fucking CDs, and just to see if the projectionist would notice. I walk into the theater just during a check. Sure enough, all the dialogue is coming from the back. You can barely hear it.
So fucking weird.
All the music
movie
and
for
sound
an X-Men
effects.
movie.
And like background noise is coming through the front speakers. It sounds horrible. And
So
sure
like
enough,
5% of the time you would hear Xavier maybe in the front speakers because when he does his weird like over here, look over here, that shit.
yeah, and they only one person notices and complains and like, oh yeah, the sound is wrong. So I actively go to manager is like, I think the sound's wrong in Legally Blonde. It doesn't sound quite right. And he's like, yeah, I'll look into it. 4 hours later, I go into the next movie, still broken. So I go into the office and I just find like a piece of paper or whatever, and I write down, attention customers, the audio mix or the audio for this showing had problems. Please see customer service if you desire a refund. And I walked into the theater inside so that people, I knew no one would go in and check the movie theater or even notice there was doing cleaning. And I put it right up where everyone would be exiting. And sure enough, the line to customer service when that movie got out was completely, it was like 100 people because they all saw that sign and they were like, oh yeah, the audio did sound weird. Let's go complain. We'll get a free movie ticket.
I'd be so goddamn pissed to be at your fucking theater as an audience member.
Yeah, well, that was me trying to be like, okay, if they're not going to do, I mean, granted, I kind of did make the problem, but I only did it to test the projectionist because I knew that person was an idiot and I was trying to get their job. I was kind of trying to get that person fired.
All right, Noli, what's your last story for your first job?
Continuing the jobs. This is my first butt job.
What kind of woman?
Very, very busty blonde with we'll say maybe she was a guest model.
Sounds great.
I got the tip in. That's all I could get in. It was hurting both of us. It's not good for either of you when there's no lube involved. And so she asks, "Do I want to do a hot dog instead?" I'm like, "What the fuck is a hot dog?" And I guess a hot dog is when you rub your dick in between butt cheeks, which we now call a butt job, right?
Oh, a butt job? Yes, of course.
Anyway, I declined. I was like, I don't know what the hell that is. But the moral of the story is, like, 2 years later, I'm hanging out with this other group of friends, and this girl brings up how about this guy who just wants hot dogs all the time. I'm like, oh my god, is that the thing where like you like rub your dick in between the butt cheeks? And she's like, yes, you've heard of this? I was like, yeah, I heard a girl mention it once, but like it's actual like a real thing, like, and this guy wants him. She's like, yeah, he asks for him every time. And I was like, dude, drop that guy. He is clearly a gay homosexual man.
A gay?
What?
He's a gay.
Yeah, and
that's the story of the first butt job I had that didn't happen.
All right. Sounds great.
Talking about all these jobs is making my asshole wet. So wet. I can't stop thinking about blowjobs, hand jobs, foot jobs, rim jobs, butt jobs, and bro jobs. Boys,
bro jobs.
Can we start talking bodies yet?
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
All systems ready. 3, 2, 1.
I saw him out walking with his girl.
Oh?
Talking bodies. Yeah. Talking bodies.
Oh, yeah. Do you guys want to know what bro job is?
What is a bro job?
Bro job is oral sex between two allegedly heterosexual male friends, particularly when said friends are wasted.
Those aren't a thing, ever.
Do they yell YOLO and...
No, they don't yell YOLO, unfortunately. That's a conga line.
As always, Talking Bodies has us discussing the wonderful world of mega hotties and super babes.
And Cool Boy Nation, to enhance your body experience, please strap on that hard drive and whip out that fucking keyboard or dick, and let's go Googling for some sweet bodies, but some even sweeter dongs.
All right, now it's time to pick our top 3 bods from a specific show, movie, franchise, or era. And this week's segment is called Workplace Sluts. So guys, we're picking from women who were sexually harassed by men in the workplace recently, hot women who were dressing and asking for it sounds like. Do you guys agree?
I don't want to be a part of this.
Felk?
I don't think they were asking for it.
So these women are Leanne Tweeden, Lupita Nyong'o, Ashley Judd, Rosa McGowan, Mira Sorvino, Angelina Jolie, Minka Kelly, Ava Green, Angie Everhart, Leah Seydoux, and Heather Graham. All of those women, other than Leanne Tweeden, were Harvey Weinstein.
All of
in some
them?
form of fashion.
Wow.
Yes.
I thought we were just
And
going in
Leanne-
general. Okay, I really thought some of these were Brett Ratner's.
No, those were all Harveys, and Leanne Tweeden was Al Franken's.
He did a poor Lupita.
He quote unquote harassed like Kate Beckinsale and a bunch of others too. But these are all the women that, as far as I'm understanding, got actually into the hotel room at least. Cara Delevingne as well, I think technically.
I mean, when you're that fat and repulsive, the only way you can get women is by doing this, and he had money to back it up. So.
He's an absolutely like disgusting slob for sure.
You can take Leanne off the contention then, because I when I saw this list, I thought this was like all the women in Hollywood, multiple men. I didn't realize Harvey.
All right, whatever. Leanne's fucking number one as far as I'm concerned out of all these women.
I didn't know
really.
Harvey
and then I would
was
say
that
maybe
busy.
Minka Kelly, and then I would probably say Ava Green.
Yeah,
I disagree.
Who do you guys like? What are your threes? And then I'm very easily changeable here.
Eva Green's my number one always.
Eva Green's on my list for sure. Angelina Jolie's definitely on my list.
Which era? I guess it's the hottest era, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, so their hottest era, sure.
And Heather Graham, maybe Ashley Judd in Heat is like the perfect woman to me.
Yeah, she's pretty
Put Asia Argento on there too. She said he raped her.
That's right.
She was in XXX.
Oh yeah, great film. Cue the trailer.
He's got an army, a fortress. You don't stand a chance.
I'm a secret agent.
Vin Diesel is. Triple X.
The things I'm gonna do for my country.
So, yeah, your women, Noel, you just said, fuck yeah, all three of them. I totally would put them as my number three for sure.
Perfect. Angelina Jolie, Eva Green, Heather Graham, or maybe Ashley Judd. We don't know.
I think I would put Ashley Judd over Heather Graham in their prime. I mean, Heather Graham's fucking super hot in Boogie Nights.
I think her prime is Austin Powers too. Great rack. Oh my god.
Yeah, honestly, I would probably say I would go Angelina Jolie prime, Ava Green prime, which she's still in, and I would then say actually over Ashley Judd, I would say Heather Graham's probably number three.
Fine with me.
Well, talking about so many workplace sluts, we might as well get into some other working hard fucking sluts with some boys with some dongs.
Love that dong. Love that dong. Love that dirty dong. Want to suck that dirty dong.
All right, you heard it, folks. It's Love That Dong. That means it is time to name three celebs and guess who has the biggest dick and why. And this episode segment is called Dirty Dongs, and we're taking men from the workplace on reality television shows. Men like Mike Rowe from Dirty Dong, Dong Work, and Bob Vila from This Old Dong, and Adam Savage from Dong Busters. Guys, who has the biggest dong and why?
You know what? Right off the bat, I was going to say Mike Rowe because he seems like a hard-working American man from the 50s, and he's like big and tall and jacked, but then I clicked on the link, and he's wearing his tighty whities, and his dick doesn't look that big, and I'm disappointed.
Bob Vila wins.
Yeah.
According to this link, Bob Vila.
Where did you find the Adam Savage photo? That does look like him.
Yeah, that might be like a fappening thing, I think, actually, because someone had some other photos along with it that were like comparing like photos with actual Mythbuster photos of Adam Savage and being like, see, it's the exact brim, glasses, and mole placement and eyebrow placement.
Cool Boy
He's
Nation,
really showing it off.
Yeah, the Adam Savage pic that Ballard has provided us is of a man that looks like him spreading his asshole, which looks to have some cream inside of it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And his ball sack and dick are on full display.
He's married to a woman, by the way.
It's not sexy. It's not sexy.
It's full. Well, guys, who has the biggest dong?
Bob Vila looks jacked.
What's the Bob Vila one?
From this picture you provided, Bob Vila looks jacked. And he's hard.
Super
it's
hard.
Not the biggest dick, but I think he's winning.
He looks Russian, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's very hairy. He looks like Zangief.
Yeah. I think Bob Vila is just crushing it. I mean, you don't rock on This Old House for nothing, you know?
I'm disappointed in Mike Rowe. I definitely wanted to give him the trophy tonight, but I don't think I can.
He seems cool.
Bob Vila.
I like Mike Rowe. Great guy.
Bob Vila wins.
Cool Boy Nation, tell us about any of your funny or interesting first job stories. Also, if you have any questions or any more insight into our first jobs, then let us know. New episodes of the Cool Boys Podcast come out every Tuesday. Be sure to follow us on Twitter @coolboyspodcast, and join our Facebook group. You can email us at thecoolboyspodcast@gmail.com. Be sure to like and subscribe to us on YouTube. You can find us on YouTube by searching The Cool Boys Podcast. Be sure to rate and review us on iTunes. And you can donate to us on Patreon and receive additional episodes of Cool Boys After Dark and a Cool Boys shout-out on our normal episodes that air every Tuesday. Our Cool Boy shout-outs are special and unique to the shout-outs you get for commenting on our YouTube page. You can find the Cool Boys on Patreon at patreon.com/coolboyspodcast. Thank you for listening. Stay cool, Cool Boy Nation. Until next time, it's Byzies from Felk.
That's Byzies from Delivery Boy Ballard.
And that's Byzies from Stockboy Nolan. Felk, you forgot who you were. You were a concessions Felk, or what were you?
I was a movie theater person. I did everything.
You were bad boy Felk in the end, really.
Yeah. That's it. We're out.
You are outstanding American boy.
You have excelled in all things.
I pump while I dump. Oh, yeah.
So cool.
Oh, yeah. So cool.
Oh, yeah.
So cool.
Get out of here, damn silly. Get out of here!
Oh, yeah.
This episode of the Cool Boys Podcast was brought to you by...
And then I went in the next day and talked to my friend who I went to the same high school as me, and I was like, I think I have a girlfriend. I took name redacted home. Stuff happened. I'm really excited. And he just deadpan said, yeah, she's fucked everyone here. And as I left work that day, sure enough, she was like in the parking lot, like making out with some other guy, and she fucked everyone there. So it was just like, I wasn't special. And that taught me an important lesson. Basically, the journey from an agent of justice to an agent of chaos to an agent of darkness.
Get some
Cool Boys.
So serious.